Tony D and Little Joan with a Screenwriter's Rant on Borderlands. The official trailer has dropped, starring Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jack Black. Who else is in this movie? Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Oh, I think that's Ariana Grande. Video games. It's become the new thing. Yeah. That was on my list. Video games, they're turning into movies. Here's the thing about Borderlands. I like it as a game. In terms of story, it didn't have much of a story. Not really. They had Claptrap. And look at this guy. From the producer of Uncharted, another video game. And then Spider-Man and Venom. Okay. That's not bad in terms of credit. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I do like Kevin Hart. I do like Cate Blanchett. Ariana Grande could sort of take or leave. It does look they're going for the laughs, and it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. It looks like they have an actor to play. I forget what these guys are called, but they're, it looks like he keeps the mask on. So that's good. It looks like there's tons of action, explosions, effects. So it doesn't look like it's going to be woke at all, other than you've got two female characters, but it doesn't seem like they're woke. Cate Blanchett seems to be the together one, and Ariana Greenblatt. I don't know. I can't tell the difference between the Ariandes. What do you want from me? She just seems to be another of the wacky characters. I mean, it's a video game. And this is the bad guy, the guy with the beard. He seems pretty generic, actually. Yeah, I don't see this as being particularly compelling. Is the problem? It's not that it's bad or woke. And they're playing an old song, so they're going for the sort of Guardians of the Galaxy thing. What the hell's the song? Never see nothing like you. That one. Do you win my love? Some of these songs are getting so old, I don't even know why they go back that far. They should play something probably from the 2000s. Nothing. I mean, stuff from the 80s, even the 90s, is kind of like too old for a movie like this. Who played this video game? I mean, this video game's not that old. I think it came out in the 2000s, didn't it? So, when you're talking about a video game, Screen Story by Eli Roth. Really? Good for you, Eli. You're nothing in the big leagues. Screen Story by Eli Roth. Screenplay by Eli Roth and Joe Crumby. And directed by Eli Roth? Eli Roth? Good for you, Eli. Good for you. Well, no wonder it's so bloody and gory. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look... I'm kind of excited that he's directing it. So, it may be unusually gory in a couple of scenes. I mean, the trailer has a crazy scene with Kevin Hart driving through a monster, essentially. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. I'm not sure why. Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis. Weird. Kevin Hart, though, seems particularly suited for this. Cate Blanchett kind of just... I mean, she's such a good actress. She could pull off just about anything. So, but I've never seen her in an action film. She looks okay for it. She looks okay. I mean, because she's using her gun. As opposed to punching everybody. They're all using a lot of guns. So, again, here's the thing. Here's the thing about video game movies. You don't play video games because you read a lot. So you don't necessarily play video games for a story. Like, I'm a bit video game guy. Always have been. Although these days I don't play a lot. But when I play, I like to zone out and just shoot things. That's why I have the Doom, right? I play Doom. And because I can just, you know, tap into it whenever, shoot a bunch of stuff and be done. Doesn't matter what level I'm on. I'm not hyped to finish it and find every little nook and cranny. I just want to blast monsters, have a good time, and then be done with it. So, you're offering this to the fans of that, because that's what Borderlands is essentially. It's not super story driven. It's about building up your skills and your guns and getting treasure and moving on to the next thing and blasting monsters. It's not particularly story driven. I mean, there's a story to it. It's not the worst story in the world for a video game, but for a movie? Like Uncharted essentially was a movie. But that movie didn't even do well. And that video game had a story. This video game doesn't really have a story, so I don't see the crossover. Like Mario Brothers was the exception, because Mario Brothers was always like a little cartoon. So the kind of people who were going to see Mario Brothers would be the kind of people who would see cartoons, right? And also, it's an old IP. There's a lot of nostalgia. It's been around for a long time. Like Barbie, it's almost like a toy that everybody grew up with. This doesn't rise to that level. It's been around. It was popular. But Fallout was more popular than this. So, who are you bringing to the movie theaters? The kind of kids who played Borderlands kind of don't watch movies anymore. They watch stuff on their phones, or they watch YouTube or whatever. So what you're basically doing is you're bringing the video game to the movie fans, and those guys are dying off left and right and just leaving movies. There's just nothing to see. So I think the only pool of fans you got going are the disaffected, say, male fans who want action and excitement in normal movies, like me. Those guys are so tuned out for movies for the most part, they're just going to assume this sucks. And then they're going to say, I think they're going to be more pragmatic about it. They're going to say, well, maybe when it comes on streaming, I'll look at it. So I don't think there's a huge ton of appeal here. And then star power, I mean, it just doesn't exist anymore. Like Cate Blanchett's a good actress. I don't think she brings in people. Kevin Hart will bring in a few. Jack Black will bring in a handful because they have sort of hardened fan bases because of their comedy. Jack more for his musical comedy, but like Kevin, he's got a fan base. Ariana Greenblatt, I don't know, maybe. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I hate to knock the movie. I just don't see this trend of being very long-lived. And think about all the video game movies they've done that have just been terrible or just crashed and burned. I mean, Doom being one. Did they do Duke Nukem? I know they did Assassin's Creed. I talked to my friend about that. I guess Hitman is one of the bigger hits other than Mario. And there's been a few others, but I don't know, man. I'll say this. The colors look great. You know, everything about it looks cool. But it almost tries too hard with that music. I think they would have been better off with something a little harder and something a little newer. Maybe something from the late 90s. You know, rap. Some kind of rap that wasn't political, if you can find any. So yeah, the story is sort of not there, even in the trailer. It's very bare bones. So apparently the first act is Cate Blanchett is coming to a planet And I didn't realize Borderlands was on a separate planet. I thought it was like a post-apocalyptic Earth, but whatever. So she's coming to this planet because she's heard about a legendary treasure that no one's ever found, but she's gonna find it. Okay. She hates the planet. Everybody hates the planet. It's a dumpster fire of a planet. There, she teams up with Claptrap, Kevin Hart, Jack Black is Claptrap, and a few other characters to find the treasure. A misfit band looking for treasure. Second act, they fight a bunch of dudes. There's a bad guy who wants to get the treasure first. Third act, they find the treasure, but the bad guy kidnaps some of the characters, and then they had the main character, probably Cate Blanchett, has to make a decision: do I take the treasure and escape the planet, or do I go back and save my friends, my new friends, people I didn't like at first, but now they've become my friends? She turns around and saves them, and probably loses the treasure. But that's okay, because she saved her friends and redeemed herself and blah, blah, blah. That's kind of what it sounds like, which is okay, but I don't know, it feels a little boring. The comedy is fine for a video game. You know, Jack Black getting shot up with a bunch of bullets and then pooping out the bullets. Okay, it's kind of funny. But it's more video game funny than actual funny. You have to be able to relate to characters. You already got an alien planet, and apparently a bunch of crazy characters, you know, dressed out in trash, who could relate to them. Where are they from? Like, you know, I can't relate to a bunch of characters who live in space and go to trash planets to find treasure. You're kind of way far out there. You know, when you're dealing with alien worlds, it's really tough to make it a universal story that you can relate to. That's why you need a love story. There's no love story in this at all, apparently. Yeah, like a love story would help big time. So saving the princess from the evil guy, that would help a lot. But, yeah, I don't see any of that in this. So, you know, and you can argue, well, that wasn't in Guardians of the Galaxy, and that worked. Yeah, but the main character was from Earth. So you could relate through him because he was like a regular guy. He wasn't totally fish out of water. He kind of knew what he was doing. He'd been living in space for a while. But it was his character that had the heart of the movie. I don't see the heart of this movie. I just see a video game come to life. Which will be mildly entertaining for me, because I did play the game, but like, I can wait for streaming. I can wait a long time to see this movie. Unless I hear it's like amazing, but I'm not expecting that. I don't think it'll get panned. I just think it'll be forgettable. So, but it looks good. I mean, Eli may have... my one hope is Eli Roth really injected something cool in the screenplay that'll work. Yeah. He's not a total slouch. But his field of expertise is horror. So, you know, if this movie is funny, it could work. It appears to be amusing, at least. But the heart of being funny is truth. And the heart of that is, it's got to be relatable so you know what the truth is so you can laugh at it. If you can't relate to it, doesn't matter how truthful it is. It's like, well, I guess that's true. I guess that's funny. So, yeah. Well, let's see how this does. Here's a write-up. Lilith Blanchett, an infamous bounty hunter with a mysterious past, reluctantly returns to her home, Pandora, the most chaotic planet in the galaxy. Okay, so she lived there. All right, that's good. She's got a history with the planet. Her mission is to find the missing daughter of Atlas Ramirez, the universe's most powerful SOB. Okay. Lilith forms an unexpected alliance with a ragtag team of misfits. Roland, Kevin Hart, a seasoned mercenary on a mission. Tiny Tina, Greenblatt, a feral preteen demolitionist. Okay. Krieg, Mutnow, Tina's muscle-bound protector. Tanis, Curtis, the oddball scientist who's seen it all. I think that's Jamie Lee Curtis. And Claptrap, Black, a wise-ass robot. Together, these unlikely heroes must battle alien species and dangerous bandits to uncover one of Pandora's most explosive secrets. The fate of the universe could be in their hands, but they'll be fighting for something more, each other. Based on one of the best-selling video games franchises of all time, welcome to Borderlands. Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst pitch I've ever heard. So her mission is to find the missing daughter of Atlas. I guess he's the bad guy. So, the missing daughter. I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when it happens. This feels like a summer movie, but I think it's going to be out before then. They have a date on this thing? No, just coming soon. Feels like it should be. Don't text Borderlands to 1831 Pandora. Okay. All right, I won't. It feels like it should be a summer movie. It would be a fun summer movie. I think if it came out in the summer, it would do better. Because it'd just be like a mindless thing to go kill 2 hours. Or less than 2 hours. Less than 2 hours. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D. And Little Joan. I got to go do an interview. So that's why I'm in my Piney gear. We'll see you in the next one.